Saturday, November 10th, 9:30 a.m. Mountain Time, 2018. Guys, what you're looking at right here is a map of all of the countries that currently have research facilities in Antarctica. Some countries have multiple research facilities. All the countries you see here in orange. And I know when I first saw this list of research facilities down there, it told me right away that there must be something very, very special down here in Antarctica. In fact, the list has grown. When I first saw it, it was a total of 32 countries. Now it's grown to 40, and that was as of October of 2006. Some countries have multiple research facilities. So you know there's something very special going on down here. And considering the weather conditions are next to brutal at times, with wind chills of 60, 70 below zero, it's dark half of the year. There's got to be something very, very unique in Antarctica. Well, here recently, scientists have discovered long-lost continents under Antarctica, revealed in old satellite data. I'm going to come back to this article here in a minute, but I remember back in 2012, I was looking at some satellite data on Google Earth, and this is what I found back in 2012. This structure was one of the few areas that you could see land that was starting to, the ice was melting off of the land and snow. And this structure right away reminded me of an ancient Aztec pyramid. That's just what it looks like. But through, millions of years of these harsh weather conditions, or at least thousands of years, I don't know, maybe this was submerged under ice and water for years. Erosion from the wind and stuff like that. Maybe at one time it looked exactly like that. I don't know, but to me it's got characteristics of an Aztec pyramid. In fact, I did a video about it back in 2012, and that's still there. In fact, they built a research facility right next to that rock that's shaped like a pyramid. To me, it looks like it was intelligently designed. But long-lost continents have recently been revealed in old satellite data. And the satellite that retrieved that data was this one you see right here. That's the GOCE satellite that's no longer in orbit. I remember when it went up, and I remember when it came back in. And it was up from 2009 to 2013. Well, now they're retrieving the data, and what they're finding is beneath Antarctica's millions of square miles of ice, beneath the snows thousands of feet thick, sits dirt and rock like every other continent. In fact, scientists now say they've discovered a collection of hidden continents under Antarctica, left over from millions of years ago. The researchers from Kiel University in Germany and the British Antarctic Survey who made this surprising find were relying on data from the European Space Agency's GOSE satellite. GOSE was a simple satellite that measured the pull of the Earth's gravity as it orbited the planet. By measuring exactly where Earth's gravity was strongest and weakest, scientists could paint a clear picture of the planet's structure and composition beneath the surface. These gravity images are revolutionizing our ability to study the least understood continent on Earth, Antarctica. Using the data from the satellite, the researchers took a look at Antarctica under the ice. They discovered geologic structures called cratons, which are the core regions of most tectonic plates. They also found orogens, which are folded up regions of plates that are the precursors to mountain ranges. By studying the amount of cratons and orogens, researchers can compare the continental plates beneath Antarctica to other parts of the world. This is some of the data right here that they put together, and you can see this is what they're saying they've discovered that is new and they've never seen before under the ice of Antarctica. For instance, East Antarctica is a patchwork of old cratons and younger orogens. The researchers found similar structures in Australia and India. West Antarctica, on the other hand, has a thinner and more homogeneous crust, more closely resembling the southern tip of South America. The new information tells scientists more about how the Antarctic continent formed. More importantly, it tells scientists what will happen to it in the future. Antarctica is melting pretty quickly, and knowing the underlying structure of the continent can tell us how that will happen, and hopefully how it will how it will eventually recover. Follow-up experiments like NASA's GRACE mission can provide even more detail about the land underneath Antarctica and help scientists paint an even clearer picture of what lies underneath all of that ice. With any luck, the data can help scientists save at least some of it. And we've recently discovered all of those volcanoes down around Antarctica. In fact, some of them are quite hot, from what I understand. I think over in this area here on the west side of Antarctica. But you can see here, this is the research stations in Antarctica right now as I do this video. They're all over the place. Got to be something very, very fascinating to keep resources flowing down here 365 days a year, and keeping, you know, people fed, warm, and with fresh water, you know, all the things that you need to survive. That's a huge undertaking. So there has to be a constant flow of resources going to this area. So it's a big deal. There's something quite special in Antarctica. Don't know exactly what. I know there's a lot of speculation. I've read many reports of different things that people say they've seen or heard about seeing. But I know one thing. I've never been there. Probably will never go. Would like to go someday, but I can tell you one thing. With all the research facilities down there, there's got to be something very, very special. And this is something I found back in 2012. For whatever it's worth, to me, that looks like an old Aztec pyramid that resembles that of an ancient Mesoamerican pyramid from thousands of years ago. And that's in Central America. And that is in Antarctica. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Have a super day and be safe out there.